But in my nights and weekends, I run a nonprofit where we build bespoke software for other nonprofits for free. We've got about 100 people doing 9 parallel projects right now, cross-disciplinary, agile teams, blah, 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 doing all that work. But one of the challenging things to do is to maintain and monitor team health and team productivity across 100 people distributed around the world. And so I just built out a quick thing that would monitor team health and team productivity across information that it gathers from Jira, Slack, Coda, Gitbook. That should be it right now, to identify those things, integrate with our documentation around HR policies and guidelines, as well as some of our leadership guidance that we provide for especially first-time leaders. And then this will monitor that health, allow drill downs, also propose nudges and things like that to send out to particular individuals in particular Slack channels, and then allow inline adjustments, edits to those nudges, and then send them off.
And do you use AI tools when you're building, when those people are building for nonprofits?
A bit. We cannot afford to provide those tools for everybody, and so a lot of our volunteers, like myself, will have our own accounts.
What about like local models, like a DeepSeek or anything that you could run?
At the end of the day, any of our volunteers can use any of their own tools that they would like, open source or otherwise. They just have to understand that, of course, anything that they produce, their name is attached to it.
Yeah.
So they're responsible for it, for its quality, for its security, for the privacy, etc. And a lot of times, anytime you're building tools, whether it's for a nonprofit or for real beneficiaries in the field, these are some of the most vulnerable subjects you can build for, and so protecting their security and privacy is even more important than most of the needs that we face, that the people in this room might face.